CBSSports.com, did Penn State jump the gun in firing James Franklin? And then it says Matt Rule's extension further complicates the coach search. Yeah, Penn State, you fired a coach without anybody to replace him. So I think they're going to be sitting here maybe without a coach that they wanted. Penn State cast the first major stone of college football season when it fired James Franklin only 6 weeks into a highly anticipated campaign. The Nittany Lions, which is one of those weird names I never understood, decided that Franklin reached his ceiling with the program and it was time to look for a new voice. Less than halfway through the season, after 2 other Big Ten coaches signed extensions to rebuff Penn State's interest, the emotional decision to fire mid-season suddenly looks like a gaffe. Indiana coach Curt Cignetti, a Pennsylvania native, quickly signed a contract extension will keep him in Bloomington for the rest of his career. That's really interesting. Indiana's like, we want this guy forever until we don't. On Thursday, projected top candidate Matt Rule did the same at Nebraska, keeping him in Lincoln through 2032. Again, it's going to be the same deal with these guys when they start losing. You watch. Yeah, they give them a shitload of money. And then when they start losing, it's like, wow, can we buy this guy out? And suddenly, for a program that hoped to impose its will in the coaching market, the top candidates are gone. There are potential options. Well, not really. Brian Kelly's out there now. Yeah, I'm entertaining myself. There are potential options for the way up, but few that would move the needle nationally. It's in the shadow of LSU and Florida, swinging for sitting Big Ten and SEC coaches, Penn State seems to have already and very publicly struck out. Florida also probably swinging for, they fired their coach, but Florida hasn't been winning much lately. Granted, moving on from Franklin is a defensible decision on its own. He was in the midst of a 12 season that holds a 2-21 record against AP top 6 opponents. Again, if that's his record and you knew that going in, why'd you give him a big contract? The second worst mark in FBS history among coaches with 20 matchups. So he beats bad teams. That was a problem with the Wisconsin Badgers, too. They could beat bad teams. Good teams showed up. Oh, my, somebody's putting up resistance. I can't. That guy pushed me. Oh, he's mean. That was Wisconsin against a good team. Penn State was tired of breaking through. Was tired of never breaking through, and it's worth seeing if someone else can turn the tide. And furthermore, the nearly $50 million buyout actually isn't as
Only
onerous
50.
as it sounds. Okay. Oh, the poor guy, man. Shit. I think I seen him out on the street corner with the tin cup earlier today. The contract is believed to be subject to offset language, which means that Penn State could ultimately pay as much smaller amount if he takes another job. Well, why would you take another job if you're getting paid to stay home? That's a good question. The finances could become negligible. I don't think so. That job would have to be a sweet-ass job for me to give up $50 million to stay at home. But after getting publicly turned down by the 2 most obvious candidates on the board, the risk is greater than just replacing a coach. Again, what about the players? The players who went there because of James Franklin. They're leaving. And if James Franklin goes somewhere else, if he gets to take his players, that team is instantly good. Anywho, by making a change nearly 3 months before the coaching carousel got into motion, it opened the door for expectations to rising through the roof. Franklin had a record 145 at Penn State, including 2016 Big Ten title. He won 34 games in his final 3 full seasons with 2 AP top 10 finishes. Not good enough. We must run the national championship every year. Arr. Man, these people are impatient. There are a few coaches on the market that are clearly positioned to replicate that. Frankly, Florida and LSU are finding themselves somewhat at the same position, especially if Lane Kiffin decides to stay at Ole Miss. That Lane Kiffin's probably a hot property because he's still kind of young. Letting Franklin finish out the season would have both stabilized the roster and continue recruiting momentum. Since his firing, at least 10 of the class of 26 recruits have decommitted. So the 10 guys who were coming in from high school are like, yeah, I was recruited by that guy, not whoever the hell you're replacing him with. No thanks. Plus, this school is offering me more money. At the end of the year, Penn State could have still made a measured decision to hire Franklin and Fermo. With the writing on the wall, the university could have encouraged Franklin to search for other opportunities. Virginia Tech, Arkansas, Florida would have happily engaged and still might. While the dynamics of college basketball are different, think back to the John Calipari situation in Kentucky. The program is frustrated with him, and both sides are ready to move on. Arkansas got to sell poaching one of the greatest coaches of the 21st century. Kentucky got to move on, but went through a normal coaching cycle instead of a prolonged one. After striking out on their top choices, Mark Pope was reasonable, if not spectacular addition. And one year he made the Sweet 16. Everyone won in a way that feels more complicated for Penn State now. But it seemed like a total non sequitur. But anyway, football and basketball, absolutely different sports. You can change your entire program with one player in college.
Yeah.
Player. David Robinson took Navy to the Final Four. Navy, okay? Let's not compare college basketball and college football. The program tried to send a message by firing Franklin midseason, setting up expectation. Next coach would expect to compete for championships, but after Rule and Signetti decided to stay put, that extra runway could prove a liability for fan base, growing impatient for results. There's a story on another coach being fired and the university paying him, not the coach. Like I said, good work if you can get it. Again, I'm going to go ahead and guess he's the highest paid player in Pennsylvania government also.
I mean,
And
as we
how
all
much
know,
boosters
right?
make-
Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. Okay, thank you. As we all know,
50 million a quit.
who's the biggest expert in sports and how the team should be run? The fans. They know everything.
That's right.
They know that, hey, something needs to be punished for us losing. So they need to answer. I know how to run the team. They should hire me.
And don't forget the
Every
super
fan.
fans.
Yeah.
The
for
super
sure.
fans. The boosters. The boosters.
The boosters.
They got cash money. They really know what the hell's good best for the team. Right? Like the quarterback for Texas Longhorns is named Arch Manning. He's like Peyton Manning and Eli Manning's nephew. He's like the brother that didn't make it in the NFL.
Yeah.
That kid's making millions playing college football, and he sucks because his name is Manning. I'm just saying, college football.
What the hell, man? Boo!
College football's got to go down, down before it goes up again. Because right now, I don't know what the hell's going on. You have a 2-game losing streak. Here's $50 million. Go away. Okay, here. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Have a nice day. I'll be on Bermuda. Well, not Bermuda this time of the year, but you know what I mean.